We will go to our next presenter. I'm excited to hear from them about marriage management, and I'm going to pronounce their last name incorrect, and I am very sorry, but it's Bob and Barbara Zielinski. Possibly. They might have stepped away for a minute. Bob and Barbara Zielinski.
Hello, we're here. Hello, we're here. And you get 2 points for that pronunciation.
It was very close, yes.
Thank you.
I think I wanted to tell you why our program is a little different from other things offered, because most programs, especially through the VA, only treat the veteran. We deal with the couple, so the caregiver is extremely important, as is the military spouse. So we deal with them as a unit and try to address the extraordinary stress that is put on the marriage relationship and the expectations of the partners because of the caregiver role.
Now, we've been married for
50 years.
50 years, and I'm still alive. So obviously something's working. But when I got out of the service, Barbara looked at me and said, you know, who are you and what have you done with my husband? I was not injured, but, you know, mentally, morally, spiritually, I was different. It took us a long time to get used to that again. Then just recently, I had some medical issues.
2 years.
2 years worth of medical issues.
Of being in and out of the hospital
Yeah.
constantly, and everything that did to our relationship and the stress that it put on it.
So I remember we were in an airport. We were still doing programs at this time. So Barbara's pushing me in a wheelchair through the airport, and we're arguing over whether or not I should have come or not come. And I'm thinking, you know, it's so much fun to have someone who's arguing with me, because love is not so much what we were saying to each other. It was more like what we do for each other. So here was Barbara pushing me uphill in a wheelchair in an airport. You know, the little stuff just didn't matter anymore. We've been doing marriage retreats for 40-some years now. We've been concentrating on military and veterans for the last 16 years. We've served thousands of them, over 600 just last year.
Our program is in the form of a class because the service members are used to training classes, and they're much less animosity toward a class than there is towards going to counseling. So there's a readiness to go and to attend. And what we teach is communication skills, little techniques and tricks that are going to help smooth over the communication, problem solve, keep arguments from escalating, which is going to be the most important thing. And we have them practice those tools, and we teach them, we demonstrate them, we have them practice them while they're there so they get used to using them.
All of our instructors are veterans and their spouses. A lot of them have been there, done that. And we feel it's important to touch the bonding areas. So we talk a lot about getting to know each other better, especially if there's been physical or mental changes.
Yeah, because then, if that person has undergone a severe injury, then they are not the same person anymore. And they're working to rebuild their self-image and who they are within the relationship.
And the next thing we deal is trust. There are always trust issues and how to heal trust wounds. We also talk about how we rely on each other, and that's so important in a caregiver-veteran relationship.
So it's more to help deal with the extra stress that's on the relationship, because that relationship is extremely important to the well-being and the healing of the veteran, and yet we don't want it to be a relationship that's detrimental to the caregiver. So it needs to be a two-way street where there is exchange and needs being met in both directions.
And that's very interesting, because most veterans I'm speaking for myself, but I've talked to a lot of buddies, but we have a mindset that we were trained with in the military. And this is male, female, whoever. If you're trained in the military, you come out with a boots on mindset. Boots on means one-way communication. I say it, you do it, and somebody's life might get saved. That's how important it is that we do it this way. Unfortunately, in a relationship,
that becomes a habit, and that's how you habitually deal with any kind of conflict or any kind of problem. You fall into that naturally. So we're trying to teach what we call boots off skills. In other words, skills that involve the two-way communication, the joint decision making, things that build the relationship rather than tear it apart. I think that.
well, tools. Like Barbara said, this isn't just Mr. and Mrs. Perfect. I mean, we screwed up like everybody else. It's just another veteran couple, peer to peer, reaching out. And our goal is to put some tools in the toolbox for the relationship to make it healthier. In fact, we just got we did a program a couple months, was it last week?
Last week. We've had to go, we did our in-person programs. We used to be there in El Paso about every other month. We've had to go to all virtual programs because of the virus. So we had a comment last week, and the gentleman wrote, the boots on, boots off really hit him, really made him stop and think, because he didn't realize that he was treating his wife like a soldier. And so, we had made some dent in the skill set. And I really think, we're doing all of our programs virtual now, so we're able to reach anyone in the state of Texas. We have a grant from the Texas Veterans Commission. We have some special funds that have just been donated that we're going to set up for a program that includes outside of Texas. So if there are people that would like to attend that have previously been excluded, we're going to handle that. And I think that's all we want to say.
One quick thing, and then we'll open it up. We feel that this is a very important mission for us because once a marriage breaks up, especially due to a lot of destructive behaviors, and there's a tendency for homelessness and suicide. And we have lost friends through suicide.
Substance abuse.
And substance abuse, and everything happens. It all starts with a relationship.
That's going to be the foundation. That's going to be the stability for the life.
30% of military suicides happen within 30 days after the breakup of a marriage. So we have a hidden agenda, but the way we approach it is in a very friendly, safe way. Our website is marriagemanagement.org, and you pretty much answer any questions that you have there. But we want to be open to real questions. What else can we tell you?
Very good. So we don't have any questions in the chat at the moment, but I did post the website that you mentioned in the chat so they can go and explore